Everything I'm about to say, you already know it to be true. You are a slave. You are a slave to money, to social economics, to status, to politics, to ideology. You have sold your soul to have a place in a world order that you should naturally oppose. Okay, my brothers, my sisters, whoever come in here, first thing first, let me say this here. Check your emotions at the door. This topic is not going to suit a lot of you dudes because I know how y'all feel about Pearly. Y'all have already came at me sideways before when I asked y'all why y'all listen to this young white girl. Y'all got, oh, you just don't understand. Which I find really strange that you would question my understanding when we're talking about things that you don't understand. You know, but your old black brother don't understand, but a white 20-year-old who come from, you know, a upper middle class family, like a rich family basically, you know what I'm saying? She understands you, but your brother from the hood right beside you, your older brother that did things that you haven't did, seen things that you haven't seen, experienced things that you haven't experienced, dealt with multiple women from all over the globe. Your brother with all of this actual real world experience don't understand, but a white 20-year-old female understands you. See, when y'all say stuff like that, y'all are exposing a flaw in your own intellect. That's what that is. You're not making me look bad, you make yourself look bad, but you don't realize it because you are around your crowd and they pat you on the back and tell you that you're so smart, and you don't understand that you're not smart. You're not as smart as you think you are. You have no idea half the time what are you talking about, man. You know, you just don't get it. That's because y'all don't come from a fundamental teaching like I come from that tell us not to exceed our limitations. That's all throughout the Holy Quran. Don't exceed your limitations. Do not exceed your limitations. A man must be aware of his limitations. Be they intellectual, be they physical, it doesn't matter. A man must be aware of his limitations. And a lot of you brothers are simply not aware of your limitations. So when I hear discussions like what's been going on with Pearly, it's all over the YouTube thing, you know what I'm saying? And I've heard nobody talk about this correctly and address the ideology that causes the black men to believe that this white girl saying something that represent their views when she don't. Nobody talk about that. See, everybody's trying to just use these easy targets, these soft targets, just blame black men for having a white girl fetish. Nah, that's not what it was. You know, blame black women for just being jealous of Pearl. That's not what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's more than that. There is an underlying philosophy that Pearl tapped into, that black men also tapped into, that allow Pearl to appear to be some type of source of wisdom and understanding when she has neither. And she only exposed the lack of wisdom and understanding that the black men have that support her. Because no real man will be listening to no damn child. Y'all did the same thing with Paris Milan. Flooded this young girl's page, but she talks stupid as hell. She sounds like a kid. She don't know shit. She has no idea half the time what she be rambling on about, man. But she'll talk it because y'all listen to her and y'all pat her on the back, send her super chats and her super thanks and all this stuff, and the girl don't know what she's talking about. She is too young to even have acquired to even have acquired. I don't know if I said it right the first time. She is too young to even have acquired the required experiences that she would need to draw from to talk about these topics in a proper way. She can't do it. She can't do it. And a lot of y'all can't do it. So, but before I get started on that, let me get back and get my manners up. You know what I'm saying? I'd like to thank everybody who subscribed to the channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do so now. Hit the bell icon to receive notifications when I drop more videos. If you want to shoot me a few bones, because I am trying to do everything for us. This is not my job. I earn income, but if you want to help me facilitate some of these projects that I'm trying to experiment with, then I'm going to turn around and give back to my brothers. I'm gonna give it to you so that you can find your queen and y'all can start building. I am real about this, bruh. I am real about it. So if you want to, look, you got nothing to lose. Y'all been supporting these fakers for all these years. Y'all might as well try to support a real nigga. So Venmo at the Black Alpha, Cash App at the Black Alpha, and PayPal at realblackalpha@gmail.com. Those are the donations. Now let's get into this girl, Pearly, the king of the black manosphere. Because understand, she's not the king of the manosphere. Although this white boy, I think he called himself Hammerhead, I think. See, he did a video about a month ago saying that it's like 5 female YouTube content creators occupy something like 85% of the manosphere space. 5 females. That's crazy. That's crazy. And he wasn't talking about black females. He wasn't talking about Danica, Six the Goddess, or Crimson Kier. He talking about just white girls that have gotten into this space and they are running it. 5 of them. And the crazy thing is, the reason why they are running it is the same reasons why Pearl was able to do what she did with black men. I'm gonna get into all that. Just give me a second to get this stuff out. I know y'all be like, man, this nigga need to get to the point. I can't just get to the point, because if I just go straight to the point, y'all ain't gonna catch it. I gotta build this shit up, man. So y'all gotta be patient. Have a little patience, but I'm not here just talking on my ass. Give me a little time to get to it. Give me a little time to get to it. In fact, I had clips to play of Danica and Six the Goddess, but I don't even think I'm gonna play it because it's irrelevant, you know. Danica, basically, her position was that, you know, she I will show you the screenshots though. I'm not gonna talk about them, but I will show you the screenshots, you know, the page. This is Six the Goddess right here. Her position on everything was that, one second. Six the Goddess, her position was that men need to take this L, that this is on black men, not on black women, and black men need to take the L, right? And Danica right here, she said that the problem is the elephant in the room. So she says is that black men feel like they get shitted on so much by black women that they was just looking for anybody to grasp onto, and just Pearly Things presented herself as a friend to black men based on that. That's Danica's thing. That the black men only went to Pearls because they were just looking for anybody to get it, right? But I mean, but Danica, you know, she got 147,000 subscribers, 90% of which are men. Six the Goddess got 53,000 subscribers, 90% of which are men. So it's the same thing all around. Let me get back over here. It's the same thing all around. So the thing is though, these women shouldn't be in these spaces at all because they are not men. Steel sharpens steel, and a woman cannot sharpen up a man. You never gonna learn how to be a man listening to grown women, bro, as a grown man. That time has passed, you know what I'm saying? Since boyhood, your main teachers of how you should conduct yourself and be should have been men. Not television, not political correctness. None of this stuff. Should have been men. And men usually are free of ideology. Men are usually more instinctive. This what makes a man more natural. This what makes an alpha man more alpha, because he's more instinctive. He's not sitting around here just repeating talking points and and belief systems. He's moving based on what he know to be true, what he knows to be real. That's what Brother Kush try to bring to y'all, but y'all don't want that. Y'all want the philosophy. So here's the truth. All of y'all are wrong about Pearl. Pearl did not slide into the space. Pearl did not, creep in the back door on black men and all that stuff. No, she didn't. Pearl just simply understood, or maybe she didn't. Maybe it's because she just a rich, come from a better family, a conservative family, and she just happened to like black men. Maybe that was her thing. She has a thing that she actually wouldn't mind some black meat pushed up in her. So maybe that was her motivating factor of trying to deal with black people. But for whatever it was, the truth of the matter is that space is her space. She's not the one that crossed over. The black men crossed over. Oh, now y'all mad at me. Give me a chance to explain this. Back in the early days of MGTOW, with just Sandman and some other cats was around, right? I was the one. Again, my profile page is the same, Brother Kush. I got the same profile page. I got the same page. That was Brother Kush. Brother Kush was telling the black men, say, man, these white boys are racist. I don't know what y'all listening to. I don't know why y'all over here cheering for them. I don't know why y'all over here clapping for them. These white boys are racist. They didn't hear me. I used to get attacked by black men. Oh, you just don't understand. You don't know what you talk about. Okay. So about 2 years of me warning them, the black men had to break off because they started realizing, because the racism got blatant. So the black men started Ibmore, which then started their own versions of the black MGTOW and black manosphere, right? But the truth of the matter is that the original red pill was made for white men by white men. Or shall I say by white men for white men. The original MGTOW was for white men by white men. The original manosphere was for white men by white men. This was never intended to include black men in this stuff. It was never for you. You crossed over into their world based on what you perceived as a shared experience with so-called Western women or American women. But the thing that you failed to understand is that they created the environment that you are suffering under. They just never thought it was going to come back around to you. Black men have been complaining about what feminism had been doing to us for decades. And every time we complained, we got laughed at. We was told that y'all just lazy. Oh, y'all niggas just complaining. Won't you learn how to be a man? Won't you just step up? Won't you just go get more education? Won't you just get a better job? We was just dumped on every time we said, no, there's something wrong with our sisters. This philosophy that our sisters are embracing is breaking us at the seam, is ripping us apart at the seam of our family structure. It's going to cause catastrophic effects down the line in the black community. We were saying that, but we was getting dumped on. Nobody wanted to hear it. The white boys thought it was funny as they watched the destruction of the black community by way of feminism, which was no more than a covert social operation that was sent to us to destroy us, and it was successful. And the white boys sat back and laughed. They enjoyed that. Because as long as their women wasn't affected by it, it was fine. But then something happened. Their women started being affected by it. They started finding themselves in the same situations. The cultural influence of the black male is just so strong that it started just leaking over everywhere, into the Mexican community, into the Asian community, into the white community. Now more white girls have a more crossover flavor about themselves, and the white boys don't know what to do. Now more white girls are looking at how black men carry themselves, how they deal with women, and they say, hey, I want a man that's more laid back like that. I don't like these strict conservative views. I want something a little more open-minded. Not that I want to go vote Democrat or nothing like that, but I just need something that's a bit more realistic, you know what I'm saying? And they wasn't finding that in these conservative-minded white men. So these white men started having problems of their own. The same problems that they created for us, they started experiencing it on their own. Still not to the same degree though, but they started experiencing it. So they started coming together like they do. And they started giving things names, like MGTOW, men going their own way. But who they studied for the philosophy of MGTOW was men like Brother Kush. They looked and see, what did the alpha black male do as black women turned inward and outwardly toxic towards their own men? How did the black alpha males respond from those communities? Well, they simply just started dating women of other races. That's what they did. So basically they went their own way. That's what the white boy said, and they gave it an acronym and gave it a name. So now you end up with MGTOW. So now what black men think that they're doing when they embrace MGTOW, they are telling themselves that they are going their own way. But when Brother Kush did a video explaining through and through what MGTOW is, these same black men told me, I don't know what I'm talking about. But you're not going your own way if you're not actually going your own way. You're not going your own way if all you're doing is sitting there crying about how these women are not being what you want them to be for you or to your benefit. That's not going your own way. This should be a verb, should be an action. You should be actually doing something instead of sitting online crying, doing nothing. So when y'all embrace these white boys, what you basically started doing was the same nothing that they do. Sit there and complain and cry. Instead of actually getting up and saying, you know what, if I can't deal here, I'm going to deal there. And if I can't deal there, I'm going there. Y'all just took y'all ball and went home. I don't want no woman. I'm just saying, these women ain't right, you know what I'm saying? And while you got all these people walking around with coupled up all the time, you sitting there online crying. What does all this have to do with Pearl? Simple. Pearly Things was raised as a white conservative girl. All this shit about traditional marriage and stuff like that, easy for her. Her daddy is a millionaire, according to the sources that I read. If this information is not true, it's not something I made up. Let me just get that disclaimer out there. But according to what I've been able to find, her father was a millionaire. She grew up in a mansion. This chick grew up conservative. So when you dudes start embracing this conservative way of belief, talking about traditional marriage and everything, you are crossing over into her world. You are crossing over into the way she was raised. Well, some of us was raised like that too. No, we was never really conservative like that. Black people have always been personally conservative, but socially liberal. And the difference is y'all are no longer socially liberal. Y'all have no tolerance or understanding for differences or different types of people. Y'all think the whole world should act one way and one way only. Y'all think that any woman don't move the way you think she should move. You know, is something wrong with them. But yet, as that young brother said on Crew something, what that show is, Crew something, right? Young brother said, well, damn, y'all talk about the kinds of women y'all like, but y'all don't big up these women. Y'all always on the Instagram thought page, the girl with the tattoos all over the place and the long weave. Y'all claim y'all don't like her, but y'all didn't like buku of these pictures. Y'all done left comments, thumb ups. You know, y'all follow these pages, but y'all don't follow the pages of the conservative woman y'all claim to like. He said, what's up with that? Well, what's up with that is that they don't really like those women. What they really want is a woman that they find physically attractive and appealing, woman that get their heart beating, but they want her to convert to Mormonism or some shit. That's what they want. They want to take that woman and convert her. But the crazy thing is, this is the same inconsistent thinking that a lot of black women used to have, where they want to find a bad boy and turn him into a square. And as soon as that bad boy turned into a square, they no longer wanted him. No longer wanted him. Two of my exes that was in my polygynous family, right? they went off to deal with square dudes after me. The high value man type, dude with good jobs, like to wear suits and stuff, those kind of dudes. They left me, well, they didn't leave me, I got rid of them, but we parted ways, and these are the kinds of men they went and got. And do you know what the experience of those men had been? Abuse. Both of them got beat half to death by the first dude that they got with. The second one, she got with another dude of the same cloth, cut from the same cloth. He beat her ass half to death. Now she don't know what to do. So she's on her third one right now, and she's always going crazy. Losing her mind because these relationships are so tense and toxic and aggressive that she don't even know what to do. Now she calls me up talking about, man, I just don't understand these men, you know what I'm saying? I let them talk, bro, but I'm gonna tell you, I have no, I don't feel nothing about it, bro, because you let people tell you that that's what you wanted. The other one, her situation is no better. She just single now. Both of them are, but the one that was on the third one, she just met this one. It ain't gonna last. You know what I'm saying? The other one, she just single. You know what I'm saying? Just single. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised the one that got the third one, I wouldn't be surprised she called in the next month or two and they done. Because those kind of men, they don't really like those kind of men anyway. And those kind of men are not as good of men as society portrayed them to be. It's not. Goodness and badness don't come from your style. It comes from your code. It comes from within here. And if you have a real strict view on life, that makes you aggressive. Because how else can you maintain strict order without aggressively maintaining it? I want y'all to think about what I'm saying here. How can you maintain strict order without aggressively maintaining it? So Pearl didn't cross over into a black space. Black men went into her space. That was her world. Y'all embraced her beliefs. Y'all start talking about traditional this and this and that and this and that. Y'all quote all of these statistics from white folks. This girl listen to Thomas Sowell and all these people, man. I mean, come on, bruh. Y'all crazy, man. Y'all had no business listening to this young girl to begin with. Not only because she's young, but because she's white. Because she comes from a whole different economic reality than you come from. The next thing is, come on, man, what's up with this conservative thing? And every time I tell y'all, all you brothers lean conservative, oh, man, you don't know what you're talking about. This ain't got nothing to do with politics. Why it don't? You can hear the political talking points in everything y'all say. I just mentioned on a previous video, I lost a friend to this stuff, man. I know what the hell I'm talking about. I heard the talking points in him. I heard the rhetoric in him. Before he went kamikaze and died in a shootout with the police behind a woman. I heard it. I heard it. So the one thing I'm not hearing in this debate is how the underlying philosophies that these brothers have embraced is what really drew them to Pearl, not the other way around. The reason why Pearl, her subscriber base jumped so fast. I mean, a girl went from just 1,000 to, I mean, look up again, she had 20,000. Then I think somebody broke down how her page was jumping. Then I think like not even a month, 2 months later, she had almost 100,000. Then it jumped about 3 more months to 500,000. And then within 6 months, she's over 1 million. She did this in under 18 months. She's amassed over 1 million subscribers in 18 months by primarily targeting blacks. She just not starting to pivot towards the white. She about to pull this Kid Rock off on y'all ass. She about to pivot and go white. But she targeted blacks. Or shall I say, blacks were drawn to her. And since blacks were, since that's the crowd she really liked, plus she more like to feel superior and more comfortable over there, because y'all ain't gonna challenge her. She wasn't gonna be allowed to go into them white spaces at that age and the men take her serious. It wasn't gonna happen. They would have never took her serious. Them white boys wouldn't take no young white girl serious. But y'all dudes did. Because now this goes into your fundamental views on whiteness and what it means. She's a white woman, so she's above you anyway. And subconsciously, you know that you are embracing her beliefs. She's not embracing yours. You embracing her beliefs. So everything just fell into play. Everything just fell right into place. Y'all sit there, y'all worship this chick because it was her space to begin with. That's what y'all not admitting. It was her space to begin with. The red pill was created by white men for white men. MGTOW was created by white men for white men. The manosphere was created by white men for white men. That's why it's all conservative talking points. Y'all embraced their thing, and you know it. You embraced what was theirs. They did not embrace what was yours. You embraced what was theirs. And when Pearls came in, she was just looking for somewhere to get in, and y'all gravitated towards her, not because she was just saying what y'all wanted to hear, but she was the white woman saying it. Y'all flocked to her. Worship that chick. And that chick had no business talking to you brothers about nothing, because she can't even begin to understand your experiences. She can't even begin to understand what it's like to be a black man. She has no idea what's wrong with black women. She don't know why black women do what they do. She don't understand why black women are so messed up. She don't know these things. All she knows is that y'all flocked to her because she made y'all feel good about your situation. She's the king of the black manosphere. She always has been. She always will be. Her saying the things she say about black people is not going to turn them brothers off. They're not going to stop listening to Pearl because they think that it's cool what she do. They like it. A lot of these dudes got the same negative views about their own people, believe it or not. See, we don't talk about that either. A lot of these dudes share the same negative views about black people that Pearl has. Y'all think because she likes a little black meat, that mean that she don't have these fundamental racist views? Nah, it don't work that way, man. It don't work that way. Y'all went into her space. She didn't come into y'all's space. And I'm telling you, brothers, y'all need to leave. Why don't y'all listen to men talk to y'all about men? And I ain't talking about, you know, the Dennis Sperlings, the mediocre tutorials and reviews, the crew sessions or seasons. I think it's crew seasons. I'm not talking about these kind of the fresh and fit. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about men. Why don't y'all find y'all some men online and listen to them? You want to learn how to be a man, y'all need to find a man to listen to. Y'all need to find a man that got real experiences with these things that y'all are trying to navigate. I had a brother hit me up in the comment section, you know what I'm saying? And it's a prime example. We was talking about the Sierra debacle, you know what I'm saying? Let me get this shit off my back. We was talking about the Sierra situation. And you know, he going hard talking about what's wrong with Sierra, how no man wants to deal with this and stuff. I'm like, she got a man that's dealing with it. He's still going hard and hard. I'm not shitting on him, brother. Now, you know, don't get me wrong. I'm beyond that, bro. You know, look, I'm above dumping on y'all. Right now, I'm just concerned because I don't know how you can sit there and say no man wants to deal with that, and she got a man that's dealing with it. You know, I don't know how you can sit there and say she's single-handedly making it bad for all single mothers out there. You know what I mean? How? She's taking care of her kids. She's not telling women to be single. She's married. She's not saying be single. I mean, I don't get how you interpret it. So then when I asked the brother about his personal situation, he's 38. I'm gonna let you see this yourself. He's 38. He appears from the way he wrote this. I'm gonna let you see it. From the way he wrote this right here. Y'all see that? He said, I'm 39, no kids, girlfriend. So I'm assuming it's no kids and no girlfriend. He's almost 40 years old, no kids, no girlfriend. Then he said, but the mother of my children or wife could never come outside like that. Not only out of respect for herself, but for me, my children, and my family name. First of all, your name is Brad Thomas. It's about one of the most common white boy names in the world. You put up Brad Thomas, I bet nothing but white boys gonna come up. There is no family name to be disrespected when your name is Brad Thomas. Second of all, your children are not your legacy. See, these are all conservative talking points, people. You gotta understand what I'm trying to show y'all here. These are all conservative talking points, and what they lead to? They lead to a dude that's almost 40, having no kids and being single, but yet he's sitting online talking about Sierra's dress and her twerking and her fighting with her baby daddy. And he don't see the fundamental flaw in it. Again, I'm not dumping on the brother. I respect the brother for coming on my page, sharing his thoughts. I appreciate him for his honesty and his candor. You know what I'm saying? Because we learn from these things. But can't y'all see that there's something fundamentally wrong with that, man? That you got time to worry about a rich married woman while you yourself living normal paycheck to paycheck. You're almost 40, you're single, got no kids, got no girlfriend. Come on, man. We gotta do better. And this is why Pearl was able to attract all these dudes. Pearl didn't do anything. Pearl simply got out there and said what she had been hearing her entire life. It's us that crossed over into their world, and we did so under this whole guise of social economics. And it didn't even start with MGTOW and all this stuff. It started before then. It started way back when brothers like me were complaining about black women. It was brothers like these dudes that's in the MGTOW and the manosphere right now. It's brothers like them that was like, no, you just not, you got to up your game. Won't you get off the streets and go get your education, you know, and get a job, you know, and then these sisters are like you. And then when they did all that, they realized that that wasn't a real issue. That all them years that black women sat on TV, excuse me, sat on TV and sat in magazines and talked about how, you know, we got to get a man with a better education. We got to get a man that's more compatible. All those years they sat there and said that shit was bullshit. They never meant none of that. That was not the problem. And now these brothers realize that that was not the problem. And they don't know what to do. So I don't know what to tell y'all, bro, other than y'all need to leave this stuff alone, all of it. Pearl did not infiltrate black men. Black men went into the spaces of white folks. That is the truth. That is the truth. And black men should not be listening to none of y'all. No females. They need to get rid of all these women content creators inside these man spaces. And y'all need to learn how to be men from a man. I'm done with that. You know what I'm saying? You see the information on the screen. Like, share, subscribe, bell icon, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. You see everything on the screen. I'm out of here. I'm Brother Kush, a.k.a. the Black Alpha. Salam.